You smell that? Yeah, I smell it. I know exactly what that odor going around is. It is the clear smell of hypocrisy. Oh, yes! It happens every single time. And in fact, it's starting to happen every single week all over again. Every time, because apparently it turns out that yesterday Hellblade 2 is now going to be launched on PlayStation 5 exactly 1 year later after it was released on Xbox and PC. But you see, this isn't just about Hellblade 2, at the fact that honestly at this point now, basically you could make the argument that every game that Xbox has is going to go on every platform, regardless of whatever platform it is. They were already doing that with PC. Now it's going to happen with the PS5 and the actual Nintendo Switch 2, more than likely. And this honestly is a good thing. Why is it good? Because one, I'm not a console fanboy. And two, as you can see from the actual metrics that we've had recently, Microsoft had 5 games in the top 20 most sold titles for last month, which goes to show that in fact it is correct. Putting your games in more places leads to more sales because the plastic box, in fact, does not matter anymore. Having Elder Scrolls Oblivion be the #1 sold game for that month entirely, Forza Horizon 5 on PS5, Indiana Jones on PS5, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 still running the charts, and even Elder Scrolls Online still doing it as well. And Minecraft is there still to boot on top of it. And when you see the amount of money corporations are in fact making, especially now with Microsoft wanting to charge $80 for video games, it goes to show that companies have been making money hand over fist, and exclusivity is only a bad thing for the customer and consumer, locking away products and titles from their actual wallets that companies love to go ahead and goatsy. But you see, it's not just about that. No, even though Microsoft is selling more software than ever, and for some weird reason, even hardware sales increased by 8%. I don't know how did that even happen, because apparently Xbox dead once again. How is it that these dudes turn around and simply because a console doesn't have exclusives, that the actual console itself now physically ceases to be and does not exist? That's right. Our boy, a Dreamcast guy, had to go again and pop off another video, wasting everybody else's time. So we're going to make some fun out of that. And to even add insult to injury, we're also going to go back in time by about a year and see what PlayStation fanboys were actually talking about when it came to Hellblade 2 in the first place. Do you think these boys kept that same energy? Let's find out. The Red Dragon quote tweeted PlayStation's suite of Hellblade 2 saying this: "Only 4 games, clown emoji." Geez, you know what? You seem like you're really interested in playing this game, Hellblade 2, right? I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to go back in time and find tweets of you actually talking a whole bunch of garbage now, am I? I mean, hopefully that's not going to be the case, or is that going to be just the whole running theme of this entire video? Who's gonna see? Here's you back in May 30th of 2024, Red Dragon saying this: Xbox had a bigger marketing budget for paid liars and shills than Hellblade 2. Laughing, crying emojis. Here's you again in July 9th of 2024. For the low price of $240 per year, to walk away with 0 games owned and ability to play Xbox bangers like Redfall, Hellblade 2, and Bleeding Edge. Best deal in gaming, IMO told. And May 25th, 2024 saying this: Xbox hypothesizes that Hellblade 2 is struggling because it's too real to deal with its 30 FPS and black bars and left stick forward gameplay. Laughing, crying emoji times 4. Whoa, wait a minute. First of all, you're talking about the gameplay, meaning that you don't want to play the game simply because it was Xbox exclusive recently. Then you're talking about people being liars and shills, but we've exposed you for being the exact same person who used to say renting your games and Game Pass was good until Microsoft stopped giving you codes for Xbox games and you decided to flip to PlayStation. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, we know you privated that video, so don't let anybody try to fool you otherwise. So clearly, you are in fact the liar, the shill, and the grifter, because the only way you've gotten engagement right now is to shit on a company you used to suck the on a consistent basis, my boy. Put it in my veins, we're back! J-Dub tweeted this yesterday as well, saying Hellblade 2 on Xbox versus Hellblade 2 on PS5. Hashtag Hellblade 2, hashtag Ultimate Edition, with a guy crying and then a guy slyly looking to the side. Wow, J-Dub, you also seem like another person that's really interested in playing Hellblade 2 on your PS5 Pro. I'm sure, again, we can't go back in time and see the tweets you've made about this game as well. Hopefully, things don't turn out as bad as they were for Red Dragon now, do they? Here's Jada back in May 21st of 2024 saying this: Hellblade 2 has you literally walking around for an hour lighting torches. The game is only 4 hours. Yikes. Hashtag Hellblade 2. Here's J-Dub again, May 21st, 2024. Just so we are on the same page, Hellblade 2 can be beat in 4 hours, has tons of boring puzzles, walking through corridors that you squeeze, loading through, all at a blazing 22 frames per second. Did I miss anything? Hashtag Hellblade 2. But wait, J-Dub, wait. Why are you so excited to play Hellblade 2 now on your PS5 Pro when the gameplay itself is just walking through corridors and lighting torches? It could... Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Now you want to play the game? Now you want to talk about playing a game that you didn't want to play in the first place, that had bad gameplay, that was boring and had loading screens walking through tight corridored spaces? My boy, this is literally the PlayStation game for you. Y'all don't play games anyways. You might as well play one game this year. You might as well do something with your time this year instead of being on Twitter, tweeting more than the goddamn NFL. That's what we have to be now. But it's really interesting how all of a sudden these same fanboys who were talking crap about Xbox games are sure as more than excited to go ahead and buy the Xbox games that they didn't want to buy or play in the first place, or that they talked down about, or that they said that the Metacritic score wasn't high enough. But yet randomly, magically, the game goes on the platform that they like, that they suck off on. That's going to be a good game then. Remember that joke about the Xbox tax? You know, I used to think it wasn't real, but you guys keep proving me wrong. Every time with that goddamn thing. When Starfield goes to PlayStation, if it gets a higher Metacritic score than the Xbox one, that'll be the day. That'll be the day where everybody's gonna go to me and be like, "We told you the Xbox tax was real." Bro, how do you guys not get yourself exposed like this? But it continues. Here's OGG 1993 saying this: Hellblade 2 is coming to PS5. Thank you, Xbox salute emoji. When not a few minutes later, he then tweets this: 0 reasons to own an Xbox, quote tweeting the Hellblade 2 post made by PlayStation. My boy, how do you do both things at once? How do you say thank you to a company for getting a video game and then turning right around and being like, no reason to buy that console anymore? Literally, like, bro, huh? Oh yeah, thanks Xbox for everything. By the way, fuck you Xbox. Like, what is wrong with you guys? But you know what? Look, like we've seen it twice before. There's no way. There is no way you're also the same kind of person who would trash talk a video game that you're saluting Xbox for bringing to your console of choice. Now, is there? Is there? Here is OGG back in January of 2024 saying this: Hellblade 2 is $50 US, digital only, and about 8 hours long. And just like that, my interest is gone. Wait, hold on. Wait, did you get your interest back all of a sudden? Randomly now, are you cool with playing the game that's 8 hours long and going to be 50 USD? What if it's more than 50 USD? Is it just still going to go away then? Are you going to stop saluting Xbox all of a sudden? You weren't saluting them last year, but you're saluting them now. So literally it's telling us and everybody else, you're a fraud. You went ahead and you just didn't want to buy an Xbox for a video game or buy it on PC for a video game. Just admit it. You're a fanboy. You don't care about games. You care about a plastic box and a console. That's what these tweets are showing by everybody. By the Red Dragon, by J-Dub, and now by you. Literally exposed in 4K, 8K, more than everybody. You had no interest in playing the game until it came to your plastic box. Strange how that works now, doesn't it? Here is Pure PlayStation, who, if you don't remember, this is also Dr. Dox, that same guy in a medical facility running around and trying to dox medical patients and himself during an operation about him console warring. I kid you not. He quote tweeted PlayStation saying this, WTF. Now look, I'm sure you're excited about playing this one, my boy, but let's see what you also said in the past as well. I'm sure we're not going to be able to pull some receipts now, are we? Here's Pure PlayStation back in May of 2024 saying this, Hellblade 2 is putting this dude to sleep. Upside down smiley face, showing a picture of someone streaming and literally falling asleep while playing Hellblade 2. Here's also Pure PlayStation as well, talking about the review scores of Hellblade 2, saying this, too many websites with, quote, Xbox and, quote, Windows in their names, boosting the scores of Hellblade 2. Yeah, my question to you, my boy, is WTF? Exactly. Why are you all of a sudden questioning what's happening with Hellblade 2 when you were the exact person who went around and said that the scores for Hellblade 2 were fake and too many actual websites with Microsoft or Xbox or Windows in their name reviewing the game, and at the same time making fun of how boring the game actually is because you wanted to make fun of it specifically because it wasn't on your console and platform of choice. Boy! It's just the hits keep coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming every single time. How do these guys sit here and do this to themselves every single time? Why don't you guys do the one thing Crap Gamer has, of course, clearly never done, is keep that same energy, because all you've done right now is basically just flip-flop yourselves from being Xbox haters to now being Xbox fans. Crazy how that works, doesn't it? But are we done? Absolutely not, because Tripster said this. So this is the fourth one, guys. Remember Uncle Phil only said 4? Also, didn't Xbox say that this game couldn't run on a PS5 because it was too demanding? Laughing, crying emoji, Italian fingers emoji. I know it's not what it's called, but I just want to do that. Bobbity boobity, it's fine. Boy, Tripster, you sure seem like someone who's excited to play Hellblade on their PlayStation 5 Pro. I bet there's not going to be tweets of you back in the past talking trash about it now, right? It won't be like you had the most tweets discussing this. It's not like you're just going to really just have a bad day now, aren't you? I bet. I think it's going to happen, yeah. Here's Tripster again last year saying this. COD lost 70% of its player base now in one single day. Biggest flop since Hellblade 2. Hashtag COD. Here's Tripster again saying this about South of Midnight. Looks good thus far, but so was Hellblade 2. And that was a bore fest. I'd have to see more gameplay to judge this better. Here's Tripster in August of 2024 saying this. Hellblade 2, ZZZZZ, as if he's sleeping, showing someone else giving a score of a 1 from IGN. And of course, the piece de resistance of this entire setup is Tripster saying this. Hellblade 2 is so boring, they went back to Hellblade 1 from a tweet that was in fact deleted. Oh, laughing, crying emoji times 5. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not even going to say anything. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to let the music play. Ah! It's so easy. Every time with you guys. Oh, you can get mad at me on Twitter all you want. That's because I know it hurts. You can keep doing all what you want, baby. But everybody knows you're clowns. Oh, yes. Ah! But you see, ladies and gentlemen, we're not done yet. That was just the little amuse-bouche, the taste of what's to come. Because clearly Dreamcast guy now has full confirmation that Xbox is in fact dead. Every Xbox no longer turns on. Your games don't work. Everything is kaput. The servers are offline. Game Pass canceled. Here's what he had to say.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast guy here, and today we're talking about Xbox versus PlayStation because Microsoft just announced that pretty much the last exclusive that currently exists for the Xbox is now coming to the PlayStation 5, and they're actually fixing it at the same time, which is Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. Now,
homie, what are you talking about the last exclusive? Xbox hasn't had exclusives for their consoles since the Xbox One and putting the games to PC. I say that every single time, and everybody doesn't believe me. That's exactly what it is. If a game is exclusive, you can only get it on that platform. And by your own logic, literally, the PS5 has no exclusives as well, besides what, Demon Souls and Gran Turismo 7. Oh boy. Wow, what a back catalog for that one, let me tell you. Look, I don't know why we have this thing here where you consistently have to go ahead and crap on a corporation and you clearly don't like. We're going to show exactly why more in this video. But the thing is, who cares about exclusivity, bro? We're talking about video games. This is where we are right now. Xbox versus PlayStation. How about you go ahead and instead of actually faking your reviews, you actually play the video game for more than 20 minutes before you say your brutally honest review in the first place.
A lot of the people that I know that own an Xbox, they're kind of pissed about even investing in this generation. They hate the fact that they bothered to buy an Xbox Series X, even if they also bought a PlayStation 5. A lot of people are saying, why did I spend $500 on a system 5 years ago that at this point is literally useless?
What? Literally useless? My boy, you can play fucking video games on it. What are we talking about here? Oh, because it doesn't have exclusives? Then your PS5 is literally useless. Your PS5 Pro is literally useless because the majority of those games I play better on my PC without having to pay for online, with getting free multiplayer. And on top of that, Sony has literally bent the knee to PC gamers and is now starting to remove the actual sign-in requirement. What are you talking about? Literally useless. All consoles are literally useless. They're just made to play video games. Your Xbox still turns on. Your Xbox still has Game Pass. Your Xbox can still play games, just like your PS5. But if you're going to talk about exclusivity and what's exclusive for available for usefulness, then literally nothing is useful besides what? The Nintendo Switch? And even that gets hacked and cracked and put on my PC as well. So again, this stupid argument that we see all the time. Oh, exclusives matter. Exclusives sell the consoles. Exclusives make the most money. That's how you bring it. Well, you know what? Clearly that's not working, because if Microsoft is topping the sales charts consistently by selling to you clowns who are never going to buy the console in the first place, then they're the ones doing the right call. I don't even have an Xbox.
This is real. I have to admit that I just woke up and it took me a couple seconds to even acknowledge the fact that this is reality, because it just seems like to me, it seems like we're seeing the last bits of Xbox die. I've been making videos now for many, many years, and I did a whole series of videos that pissed people off where I called it Xbox is dead. In fact, to be a troll, I kind of want to call this video Xbox is dead. But the reason I did that series is because it's been interesting to watch piece by piece the entire narrative, the entire messaging, the entire hype cycle around Xbox just getting peeled back bit by bit. And when I see stuff like this, Hellblade 2 Enhanced coming to PlayStation 5, I feel like this is acknowledging that it's going to be getting a 60 FPS patch on the Pro, meaning that if you are a console gamer and you want to play games in the best power possible, you have to get a PlayStation 5 Pro, or in this case, at least a PS5.
Wait. You're literally admitting that you were sat there and you purposely made videos against a brand and company that you clearly do not like, and you purposely went off to make them the most incendiary titled videos as possible. Literally doing the exact thing everyone's been calling you out for consistently. My boy, that is literally grifting. And then you didn't do anything to be a troll. You actually named this video Xbox is dead. Look. You reap what you sow, bro. How do you sit here and admit that in your video in front of everybody consistently all the time? Like, oh yeah, I purposely went ahead and decided to piss people off with my content because I just wanted to do it because I figured it'd be kind of funny watching a company that I don't even care about completely fall apart and die, even though it's just a video game company and they're literally making more money than God apparently right now, selling their games to everybody because they were never going to buy those consoles in the first place. You got to buy a PS5 Pro or a PS5, $700 to $800 on a console, where you could just get a better experience with your PC instead. Starforge Systems, link in the pinned comment down below.
When I have made all those videos about Xbox is dead, I always thought that it would be a slow, miserable death as they just slowly became less and less relevant. I'll be honest, I never imagined that we would just see. It does kind of feel like Xbox just threw up their hands and said, fine, we'd rather sell you a game on PlayStation 5 than not sell you a game at all. Fine. You want to buy it? You want to buy it for $60? Sure.
How? That's literally the point! You rotten issue! How do you sit there and say that exact same thing while PlayStation literally does the same thing for PC gamers? Oh, you're not going to buy our console? Fine. Put it on PC, you'll buy it there. You can literally point that exact same lens right at Sony and PlayStation and they do the exact same thing. And you know what? Let's talk about this like slow, painful death of Xbox. My boy, you have been calling Xbox dying for the last 5 years. How is Xbox dying any faster? Xbox is dead. They spent $70 billion on Activision Blizzard. Xbox is dead. They own the most lucrative IPs in the gaming industry today. Xbox is dead. They're selling more games on every other platform. Xbox dead. Game Pass is growing even more on the PC space. Xbox dead. More games are hitting Game Pass faster than ever. Xbox dead. More games being launched by Xbox in 2025 than ever in the entire generation. More than anybody else. And the only reason you guys have video games to play right now is because of Xbox. But hey, hold on. They don't have exclusives, so it's dead. Y'all care so much about stupid list wars and actually arguing on Twitter than you actually do about playing the video game.
It is interesting that Hellblade, when it came out, a lot of Xbox fanboys, I know I'm trying to use that term less, but you know what I mean. People that are die-hard Team Green. They don't just love Xbox, they want Nintendo to die. They want freaking every PlayStation to be smashed in a landfill. They were making memes because they loved Hellblade, and I give them credit. That to them, that was a massive W. Again, not my cup of tea, but I think memes like this were interesting. Just get an Xbox. I saw this everywhere. People being like, oh, you want a game with photorealistic graphics and crazy facial animations? Just get an Xbox. I almost feel the most bad about those people because this has completely collapsed. The idea of Xbox getting any exclusive at this point, it's just temporary at best. Some of these memes, Phil Spencer coming out on stage being like, hey guys, we have our newest idea. It's just a PlayStation.
My boy, you're never beating the allegations! How are you literally sitting there using James Act on Twitter as a source for your video, and then the next tab over is fucking Nib? The exact people that are literally championing and cheering on the actual death of a company and brand that you also champion and cheer on, and you have the actual gall, audacity, testicular fortitude, and fucking nerve to go off and be like, yeah, these Xbox fanboys want every other brand to die, but like me, like I only want Xbox to die. That's all I care about. How can you sit there with a straight face and say anything reliable or anything available in the terms of like trying to even provide a perspective when your entire perspective is full of the fanboys we make fun of every week on this channel directly? Oh God. I'm coming! Betsy, I'm coming!
I kind of find it pathetic. This whole thing feels a bit pathetic that the console wars are over. The generation isn't even wrapping up, but at this point, Xbox is never, ever, ever coming back. The singular next-gen console in a lot of ways, if you're looking for premium priced out experiences, is the PS5 Pro.
Pathetic. He says pathetic. Pathetic. You know what's pathetic? Exclusivity for a plastic box that is nothing more than an SoC made by the exact same company at AMD for both PlayStation and Xbox, by the way. That's pathetic. Locking content away behind a plastic box, charging $500 to $700. That's pathetic. Increasing the cost of games to $80. Increasing console costs to a Pro for $700. That's the real pathetic part. Not the fact that a company said, you know what? Fuck it. They're not going to buy our plastic box. Let's do the actual pro-consumer thing and put our games everywhere. That way everybody can buy them and we'll make the most money. It's almost like being pro-consumer is the most pro-corporate and pro-beneficial thing for everybody. Oh, we're a company, but instead of locking content away, we're going to let everybody go out and buy it because the actual plastic box doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Why are you sitting here doing this, calling things pathetic when it's the actual right thing that should be happening in the gaming industry? How? Bro, it's wild to me. Again, the only thing these clowns ever want is just a stupid list war. Oh, your plastic box has those games? My plastic box has these games. You guys want to live in the 90s so bad and relive the SNES Genesis days? It's really absurd and insane. You're having your midlife crisis. I'm having mine buying old PS1 and PS2 games. You guys are having it on Twitter and YouTube crying about video games going to other platforms because you want to give a company more money? What? Y'all put yourselves so far up the ass of a brand, it's disgusting. That's the real pathetic part about all of this. Instead of being pro-consumer, instead of looking at things from the perspective of the actual customer, you're looking at it from the perspective of a brand, and you continually do that to yourselves every single time. But you know what? Keep doing it, because I'll still be here making fun of you clowns every single time. The fact that every single one of you idiots went ahead and were talking trash about a video game that you never wanted to play, you never got excited about playing, but the only reason you want to play it now is because it's on the plastic box that you have in the first place, which means Microsoft is in fact right. You were never going to buy an Xbox like everybody's been memeing about, and you only wanted to play games on your PlayStation. Instead of actually being like, yo, this is cool, awesome. Instead, you're rubbing it in the face of people who already got to play the game, who just have Game Pass, and are just a different console brand in the first place. It's stupid. Grow up. The fact that a guy who wears a banana suit has to tell you to grow up should be a wake-up call. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this kind of video, thank you. And if you didn't like it, fuck you. If you want to see more of this kind of content, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, hot takes in the gaming industry, fanboy content like this, and streams every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 83,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you guys very much. Oh, by the way, yesterday I put out a video about NVIDIA and their horrible practices on NVIDIA GPUs and even blackballing a lot of reviewers, so check that out if you haven't already. But look, if you want Discord access and emotes during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Trust me, it's insane. Chat humiliates me with AITTS, and believe me, you're going to have a great time. They're honestly amazing. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!
It's time to stop. It's time to stop. No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop. No more. Where the fuck are your parents? You need to stop everything. What are you doing with your life? This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? stop.